Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Bicep template for Azure Container Apps and deploy a Docker image. So for this, we're going to take a simple steps. I've got a code ready for you to show. We got a couple of parameters starting from line number 3 till 11. Yes, of course, I'm not using the secure string password due to the issue in my machine. Please do consider using in the pattern how I have commented over here. So you have to use a secure string type. Okay, I'm using a plain text for my password because I have got some issues. Right. So the first thing is I need to create a resource group. Of course, we need a resource group to place all my resources underneath it. So the target scope I have defined as a subscription. So I'm creating a resource group here, and I have named it. The location is going to be North Europe, and I've got some couple of tags for my resource group. That's it. So once the resource group is created, I'm going to create a log analytics workspace, and the log analytics workspace, I've got it in a module. So I can quickly show you the module here. That's the code. And the log analytics workspace accepts a couple of parameters for the tag, and then the output is going to be the customer ID and the primary shared key, which I need to use it in the cube environment. That's the another resource I'm going to create. So it has got a couple of properties. You can just make use of this, or you can define your own, but it needs to be applicable for the log analytics workspace value, right? And then make sure that you give the tag value for your organization standard. Fantastic. So over here in the main file back, I'm going to create a log analytics workspace, and I've named it, and it's going to be in the resource group, and this is going to be the deployment name. It has got some tag value parameters. Simple. Now next comes the cube environment. So the cube environment resource requires a customer ID primary shared key, which is output of the log analytics workspace. That's it. So I've created a cube environment resource using the Bicep. And for this, I've got a set of code available in the modules. You can see the AZ cube environment, right? So over here, I have defined the cube environment code. Please don't forget to keep it as a type managed. If not, you will end up with an error because you need to pass in either one of these value. I'm not really sure. Yes, either you have to give a AKS resource ID or R configuration. So it will be throwing an error. So make sure that you give a type managed for Azure Container Apps. Okay, so with this, I'm creating a cube environment. I'm giving a destination as a log analytics, and you can see the configuration. I'm passing the customer ID and the shared key. That's a primary shared key. Fantastic. So then I'm going to create a Azure Container App. So for this, I'll create I will be passing a parameter, the registry information. That's my Docker registry information, and the container information. And then I want to give a cube environment ID. That's it. It's quite simple. So let me show you the container app Bicep template. So over here, I've given the container name, and I've got a cube environment ID. That's the output of the cube environment resource I've created, right? So I'm going to pass the ID value directly. In the configuration, I'm giving the secrets for my Docker Hub. So I've given the registry password, and then comes the registries. I'm going to give a server name. That's the login server name of the Docker, my username, and the password of my Docker. And then the ingress object. So the ingress object is going to tell I'm going to have an external ingress so that I can access the application publicly, and the target port. The value for the target port is defined here in the parameter. So if you have defined this as 3000, it's going to be 3000. That's it. Simple as that. So this is my image, which is publicly available in the Docker Hub. That's my Docker username. So I've defined this template, Bicep template. Good. So let's get on action. So let me open up my terminal and say build Bicep templates. So that's going to be AZ Container App Bicep. Okay, sorry, it should be Bicep build, not build Bicep. So it should be Bicep build. That's it. So what happens now? It has created a JSON file. You can see the JSON file created here, AZ Container App JSON. So this is the ARM template. Good. I'm not going to walk you through the ARM template, which is not required for this video. Now I need to deploy this, right? So what I need to do is I need to quickly pass. So now, okay. So now what happens is now I need to deploy the JSON, right? The ARM template, whatever I've got. So for this, what I've done is using a new AZ deployment commandlet, I've named the deployment name, and the template file is going to be my AZ container app.json. Excellent. And then the location is going to be North Europe. The registry password is my Docker registry password. And I'm going to use the -verbose commandlet and push enter. This is going to take a minute, or sorry, it's not going to finish in a minute. It's going to take 5 to 10 minutes of time to deploy it. And what you see is a full-blown application, the deployed application, right? So let me show the application for you now. I think I've deployed it already. So let me get back to my container apps and see. Yes, I've got a container app deployed. So if I go ahead and try to access this application, this is going to give me some hello world or whatever I've done it in the image. Not a full-blown application though, but still the application will be accessible over the internet. That's what exactly it's going to show. And yeah, this is still doing it and it's deploying the application. It takes some time. This is the application which I deployed previously. Not sure whether it's accessible. Hopefully it should work as expected. So if you look into this particular resource group, yeah, let me access the resource group here. So I've got my container app, I've got my container environment created. That's nothing but my kube environment. And also you can see the log analytics workspace. Good. And the application is accessible. Fantastic. So for this, I've got the Docker image in my Docker registry. So the application is over here. So if you look into the index, so the title, it's COC, colors of Quaison pipeline index. That's what you see it in the title. Colors of Quaison in blue color, right? So you can see that here. Secondary, foreground color, light blue, colors of Quaison. I've got a couple of images here, so it got set of 3 images. So that's exactly my application does. It just renders 3 images and show you. Thanks a lot for watching my video, and in my upcoming videos I'll show you more about the Azure Container Apps. Thanks a lot.